Hold on.
How large is this span?
It really is a square mile, but like I was telling you, it really is like half of that to where it's really going down at. But we only a square mile from the beach. Coming to right here, on the other side of this is Neptune. That's a whole other different city. You go down a little bit over there too.
So how close in proximity are you to the people that don't like you?
Shit. Alright, so like I was telling you, my blood homies would be right there at that store. All my Crip friends would be right there at that store. So it's like everybody right here. I done seen plenty of shit go down there. It's like I done walking past one of my homies, yo, what's good? Whoa, you feel me? They walk past, oh yeah, all right. And then they bump into the ops immediately after that. Now they coming back down this way. It's like 4 in the afternoon on a Sunday. Oh, fucking get down, that should go up right there. Ooh, feel me? It can go down, you feel me, at any point in time.
What would you say is the biggest thing that weighs on you?
I struggle a lot mentally, for sure. I definitely struggle a lot mentally. It's hard to really express how I feel, you know. So even with my girl and shit, I be going through shit and she knows, giving her fake attitude and shit. She don't even really know what's going on. But it's like, how can I explain this to her when she's from somewhere completely different, lived a completely different lifestyle? You know what I'm saying? So mentally, I be drowning on my own. But you know, you gotta learn how to swim.
A lot of people from our communities don't really take mental health and stuff serious. It's kind of more of a suck it up, be tough, deal with that shit type of situations.
And I get that all the time, you know. I go through too much real shit to be one of them, like, you know, like, oh, that shit, you gotta outthink that shit or something like that. You know, my little brother just hit me a couple days ago, about a week ago, going through some shit, you know, felt like he was at the end of his rope, you know. I'm like, you at the end of the rope, you know, you gotta let go. You might be already at the ground, you might, you feel me? Land to be good. You might just break a leg, you might, you feel me? But you gotta let go of that rope if you at the end. You can't climb back up the rope. Same shit with my sis. I'm sitting here talking to her, chopping it up with her. I think I got her, you feel me, back off the ledge and shit. She sent me a picture. As soon as I hung up the phone, sent me a picture, cut her wrist and shit. I ain't even know where she was really at to send somebody to help her. I'm like an hour or something away. But she ended up pulling through and all that. She definitely had to learn how to swim.
Mental health is real. I feel like it's not taken as serious as it needs to be, and it's not addressed properly. A lot of people go through stuff and they don't even realize they're going through it.
Just like being in the streets, you don't even realize that a lot of shit you're doing is bullshit. A lot of the shit you're doing don't even mean nothing. Ain't no real nigga credit in the bank. I'm trying to start a clothing line now. I don't got no built up credit to where I can, feel me, get off my feet and really apply pressure right off the rip. Nah, a lot of it gotta come with cash. So, you know, a lot of everything I do come out of pocket, whether it's a studio, you know, videos, motherfucking doing the clothes. Everything coming out of pocket right now.
That's what a lot of people don't realize in the real world. Being the toughest nigga, the super gangbanger, this and that, it don't lead to shit. That's why you see all these old heads with no money.
Yeah.
Because they was the toughest, most respected street nigga.
Yeah, never got nothing for it. A lot of niggas ain't finish school, you know? So they only choice be the streets. Like I said, when you coming out here in the streets, it's only two endings to this shit, you know? Death or jail. You know, I done lost all my friends to this shit, and then now it's just me. And now it's like I feel like I'm in line, you know, for the worst. So it's like, get out here every day and try to do something different. As long as you're doing something different, you on the right path. You follow everybody else, you're gonna end up where everybody else is. We over here in the party, we used to have crazy parties, you feel me, all over the city. We used to have this one party at the Boys Club, like I was telling you. It's something else niggas don't do no more. We used to have this crazy party show. We get in there, everybody, you feel me, everybody mingling, them niggas come in there. As soon as them niggas come in there, you know, lights off already, music going, boom, boom. Nigga, I say about standing there 15 minutes, you hear the boom, boom, boom. That shit go up, lights come back on, nigga sitting there with a hole in his neck. God damn. At this point, we only in like 4th, 5th grade maybe. But you know, back then, even then, we was sipping on Cisco and shit like that. You know, little drinks and shit.
Damn.
We go to city, yeah, no bullshit. Before we go to little situations.
Being exposed to the nitty gritty early.
Yeah, no bullshit. We did a lot, you feel me? But that I understand why we died so young now, because we done did a lot in this time. So it's like, yeah, we dying young, but niggas really old heads. I feel like an old head, 26. I told you I done been out here, really in the streets, at least 13 years, so if not longer than that.
What do you say the biggest lesson the streets taught you?
They have manipulated a weaker mind and a heartbeat. You gotta be strong mentally. It's easy to do this. It's easy to go grab a gun and all that. But to outthink the next man, put your own plan into motion and have it really come to light and do what it's supposed to, that's hard right there, you know? Like my dad done been here for 30 plus years. So, you know, to maintain that and have a family and a wife and do it, that's hard right there. Everything else in the streets easy. That's why I've been able to maintain for so long. The streets easy. These niggas suckers out here. Definitely tell them.
It'd be easy for motherfuckers to hop in the streets instead of trying to do something else or do something positive. I know it'd be harder because from an unfortunate situation, but just because it's hard don't mean you shouldn't try.
Yeah, like I said though, it'd be that manipulation, it'd be the misleading that got you thinking, you know, the streets is where it's at. You looking up to so many big bros and big homies and this and that. The whole time they lead you to, you know, jail or death. So you gotta be true to self. Like I said, you gotta be true to self.
Why do you feel like a lot of young folks out here get trapped in the cycle of violence, get caught up with the streets? What do you think is the biggest draw for them?
Sure, I'll probably say losing friends. Losing friends. Once you lose a homie to the streets, that's where it's like, ooh, look at this shit real. It's different, you know, losing a big bro, somebody that's older than you, you know, your cousins, shit like that. But when you start losing the ones in your circle, when they start going to jail and they facing, you feel me, real time, that's when it be like too deep in. You feel me? That's when you start looking for other alternatives, drugs or whatever. Chasing this, chasing that. It only lead to two spots. You feel me? Grave to jail. So.
What would you, losing friends and stuff, but what do you feel like is the biggest draw nowadays? Because back in the day, you know, it was the crack epidemic, it was money, it was this and that. What is really getting the kids into the streets now? Is it like still extreme poverty, lack of opportunity?
The clout. It ain't even nothing else more than that. For us, the clout, wanting that name, more so feared than respected. Like I said, it ain't gonna get you nowhere far. You'd rather be feared than respected, you know. Even a scared nigga will bust you, so it's like, I'd rather be respected out here.
When you respect it, it's a lot more love.
You see it. Like, you see it, you feel it. Ain't nobody pressing me yet, ain't nobody, you feel me, none of that.
When you a bully, you die fast.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But you know, I done seen the toughest go. You feel me? I done seen real gangsters that really do this shit. You feel me? Long live terrible. You feel me? I done seen real gangsters lose their life to this shit. Bro just died, what, 5 months ago today. 27th of August. You having y'all run into the streets and stuff like that and getting involved in what you got involved with, would you say it was worth it? Hell no, hell no. Even if I blow with this music shit and I go on to make millions and, you feel me, I'll trade all that just to get my friends back for sure. What do you feel like you could have did or you and your friends could have did coming up to had avoided your situations and stayed out the mix? Because sometimes it's like the streets, you try to avoid and they bring it to your front door. Shit, back then, you know, like I said, it really wasn't too much we could do to avoid the shit. A lot of us was born into this shit. A lot of us, you feel me, lost older brothers, you feel me, cousins and uncles to this shit. We was already in it before we knew what was really going on. Like this realizations that I'm having now at 26, you feel me, about choices that I made back when I was 12, 13, 14, you know, that I damn sure can't change now. But, you know, I reflected a lot. Okay, that's what I feel like a lot of people don't do just in general, self-reflect and hold themselves accountable. They're always blame circumstances they got or somebody else. But it's like, it's fucked up because like you said, you made these decisions when you was 13 and 14, and these was lifelong decisions. So it's kind of main that you stuck with that. But at the end of the day, you gotta ride with it. I can't go back and go to the graveyard and say, yo, I found a way for us. You know, I got the clothing line, I'm lit with the music, I could do this now, and I could bring you on stage with me. No, you know, even on my birthday, my heart was telling me to go to the graveyard. Not even on no sad shit. It was just, that's where all my friends at. So it was like, that's what I wanted to do in my heart. It definitely brought me back. When making these decisions as kids, y'all don't really know what's going. Y'all don't understand the full spectrum of the reality of this shit. We see it and we think we know it's gonna be, it'll never happen to me. Exactly. And like you said, you finding this out when you're 26. Yeah, but I can't say I wasn't warned about this shit though. I can't say that nobody never told me, because you feel me, I remember we was in like 6th grade, you know, me and all my friends, bags starting to get suspended and all that. You feel me, he brought somebody down from the county and he was talking to us and he was like, yo, you know, look to your left and to your right. You feel me, you looking to your left and your right, you seeing your friends, you feel me, your homeboys. And he like, man, y'all niggas, some of y'all niggas gonna die in this shit, some of y'all niggas gonna go to jail for a long time. And then, you know, at that point, you ain't really, you feel me? You ain't been nowhere, you ain't did nothing yet. That shit go in one ear and out the other. But you know, years, like I said, years later, that shit finally settling in now that I look around and everybody gone. Nah, that's real. We all had those old heads, OGs, big homies, uncles, whatever that did this shit, and they'd tell us the same thing. And motherfuckers kind of listen, but a lot of us don't. And it'd be like, damn, I wish I'd have listened after the shit they told you about, then listen. Like a person like me, I feel like I avoided most of the bullshit because the only thing that would have drew me into the streets was money. I avoided all the other shit for the most part just because my dad did 18 years, so it's like somebody made that mistake for me. Exactly. You think we would have took heed to the same thing, like, oh, everybody out here, they either on drugs real bad, you know, or they done did a lot of time, you know, we done seen all that. But like I said, it was just something about the streets that once you step the big toe in this motherfucker, it'll take you for real. It's hard to get that monkey off your back.